Yeah. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Town of Port Royal Budget Workshop. Van, you want to go ahead and lead us off in this conversation?
Yeah, I did a quick overview memo that gave a brief explanation of what the kind of the total number was going to be for the upcoming fiscal year. You know, initially we had talked about separating out the general fund millage and a separate debt mill. And we anticipated needing about 6 mills worth of property taxes to cover the debt service payment on the $3 million borrowing, which is about $350,000. But after some discussions with our bond lawyer relative to Act 388, he said if you were to make the adjustment down to 68 to the general fund budget, then you are then basically setting a cap, or your growth is set by CIP and population growth, and so you'd be moving from 68 forward. But based upon the growth in our property tax base and an increase in the value of the mill from about $51,000 in the current fiscal year to estimated value of about 58 and some change in the upcoming year, and some growth in some other revenue line items, we're going to be able to absorb the debt service payment in the budget and maintain the millage of 74.
Okay.
So in essence, you're adding a $350,000 payment to that. But because of that, we've had to budget that in the general fund, and so where we initially thought we'd be at some change, we're now at $8,639,50 as the anticipated budget for the next fiscal year. Does that make sense? And I'll be honest with you, I think even the proposed budget I have in anticipation of property taxes may even still be a little conservative there. But I just wanted to cover that real quickly. One of the other adjustments that we did make in the budget, there was a calculation that the fire department discovered. So we did do an increase to the contracted amount in the fire department budget, and it is now, where is it at? Right here, $2,191,530, and I think I had it at $2,131 previously. So we were able to make that correction, and even despite that, we were still able to project that balanced budget with the increases we've seen across those revenue line items. I know that there were some things that y'all wanted to see from the Public Works Department. One was the streets and sanitation vehicle inventory, which Jeff provided, and that's here. As you can see, not much. But I have budgeted, anticipating, anticipated the purchase of a lift and trailer for the upcoming year. It's in the budget also.
Obviously, the F-150 2006 with 220,000 miles is,
Yeah. Well, that one's there, but we don't really use it much.
You got money's worth out of that one, I'd say.
That's a testament to Ford F-150. So.
Hey, man, I like that.
keep trying to get that
Right.
going.
All right. And
Did you have a cost on the lift?
It's in the neighborhood. Depends on what we go with.
30?
You used, you can go 35, 40, a brand new 70.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's not overwhelming, and we're checking around.
But the ROI is 2 years, I think you said, or in what it cost us about 2 years worth of rentals. We'll pay for it.
Yeah, heck, maybe even the used one.
Yeah, so we're just
Right.
we're renting the heck out of it.
Yeah.
So it just makes sense
Yeah, I
to start
get it.
making that decision and move forward.
Right. So that is included.
Okay.
And the other thing I think y'all asked me about, where is this folder? There we go. Just the roof repair. And that's less than $4,000. Jeff has got in getting them scheduled. This is the repairs to the roof.
He probably could have done that in this year's budget, but I don't know if we can do it time-wise.
I don't think we'll be able to get it in, but
Because-
it's still only $4,000, so
Okay.
it should be fine.
But he's been talking about that for 2 years. We need to get that roof fixed.
Right. And also, he is replacing and fixing the gate that goes into the public works yard. It's, if you've ever used it, it's incredible pain, and so I told him to go ahead and fix that.
Can
All right.
can you go to the council
Yeah.
sheet? And you had some statements towards the bottom.
Yes. And these are, that was the request from HPRF on an
And
annual basis.
that is in this budget
That
number
is
at
in
this
this
point?
budget, yes. That's economic development. That is what they are requesting for us this year,
And in the budget already.
in the budget already. This, we do not know. We're still negotiating an IGA.
Right.
We do have 57,000 in the Housing Trust Fund now. There has been some discussion that it could potentially be a percentage of the ARPA. However, we're not there yet, and that's not even, there's not anything specifically mentioned in the housing IGA between the trust and the town so far. So,
And they've only had their first meeting, Kevin,
Right,
right?
right.
Barely, it was barely a meeting? The
The
new-
group has not met, no.
Not officially met?
No. So Loco's still kind of figuring that out.
Okay. So the MEC, the 15,000, is not in the budget in any way at this point, right?
no, but I've got enough built into projects and contributions that it's in there. I just don't have it listed here. Does that make sense? And I think that number was only 15.
Right, and I guess the number.
Yeah.
We need to discuss the number.
Right.
The county gave, I think the county was 75.
I need it.
I think the county was 75,000.
Yes.
The city was 15,000.
Mm-hmm.
We're looking at 15. County's budget is 145 million, thereabouts.
Yes, and with a $9 million surplus from last year.
The city's budget is about 42 million.
I think it's 40, 41, yeah.
Okay, and they gave 15,000. Our budget is 8 million, and we're considering 15,000.
Correct.
I just wonder if we shouldn't do a pro rata share, see what the percentage of their two budgets were versus, and let's take the same percentage out of our budget.
Right.
I mean, I'm just being
That
realistic. I
sounds
mean,
good to me, that's,
It's just,
right.
we're a smaller municipality, we want to support it to the same level,
Yeah.
but, you know, it's,
Right.
We shouldn't be doing the same thing to Beaufort, City of Beaufort.
I mean, it's just the difference in the two budgets makes it hard to do that with, I want to do it. Can you run those numbers for me real quick? Are you doing that?
What's
Can you
that?
run those percentage numbers?
Yeah.
Real quick? I mean, 75,000 is 145 is.
That's almost double what we're,
I mean, just very roughly, we are, 8 into 40. I mean, we're basically 20% of that total budget.
All right, I think, council, we got to think about that. Let me get those numbers organized into some sort of a format that we can look at.
But I will say this, I mean,
Percentage of the
within that,
budget-wise?
within that projects and contributions line item, even if you all decided to do the 15,000, it could be accommodated,
It could be accommodated.
yes. Because there are things that come up in the course of the fiscal year that we have to build in extra dollars into that line item, just like we did with this past weekend, with the Gulf Fest.
Right. All right. Okay. And we don't have to make that decision tonight. You've got it built in that we could make that decision at the time.
Yeah, you've got enough discretion.
Okay. Council, any questions on other line items?
No, sir.
Or
Not for
other
me.
buckets that we need to get some more detail on?
And I do have a lot of the ledgers if you want to take a look at them.
I I think we went through it last month.
No, I think we could.
We should be good with it all.
That street music number looks the same, there's been no increase?
It varies, it depends on the acts, to be quite
Okay.
honest with you. You know, some are 1,500, some are 3,000, it just depends.
But the overall number is still good to cover it.
Absolutely.
All right.
And just remember, this budget does include that 5.9% cost of living adjustment.
Right. Right. What else?
I'm really here to answer any questions. We basically, we took the budget that had a little bit of a surplus exiting the last budget workshop, and we obviously
Balanced them
addressed
out.
some of the light items that y'all brought up, some of the concerns of Public Works, and rolled in the debt service payment into the general fund to get you the overall budget.
I'd ask Chief Fire, Police what he needs, but I know he needs people, and there's not much we can do about that. You need people. And fire's in good shape. Sounds like everybody wants to work for you, huh? In the fire department.
Not like it was when I was growing up. When I was in school, I wanted to be a firefighter. In these days, they want to be YouTubers.
Don't be YouTubers, influencers, right? That's it. Well, if we don't have anything else, this is gonna be a short budget meeting. I went through the sheets, I was good. I had the one question about, I wasn't certain whether that money was in there. If you got it covered, then I'm good with the budget the way it's submitted. So this will be no mill increase,
No billing,
plus the borrowing,
plus the borrow.
so that we can do those projects without a mill increase. Very good. You can't ask for anything more than that this year.
No, it's awesome.
Great
And
job.
like I said, in this upcoming year as well, we're working with MRG Group on the organizational assessment, so I'll have some ideas going into the next budget cycle. And they are refining our capital improvements program. I've sent them all the documents, and that they're also looking into grants and borrowings based upon that CIP. But obviously, in next week's meeting, we'll have the presentation on capital project sales tax spending, which obviously will have potentially some impact on the capital improvements program that we have
Right.
scheduled.
So the cap, just so to state that again while people are here, so the 1 cent penny, there's going to be a presentation to this council at next week's council meeting that will be open to the public to see the presentation.
Yes.
So we'll get our first presentation as what those projects are as well. Okay.
That's all I got.
If there's nothing else, then we'll adjourn the workshop and we'll reconvene in 15 minutes. Everybody good?
Yes, sir.
Okay.